Hello, my name is Eadie, and I'm leading this week's CCH Devotional. A couple of weeks ago, the devotional was about the importance of love and how love is God's greatest command for us as followers of Christ. And I remember a couple of years ago thinking, what does it actually mean to love? Because, I grew up thinking, I love this person, I love these people, or I love this. What do I actually mean by that? Is it this feeling, or genuinely what is it? And the Bible is a great place to look to when wondering what love is, because that's the whole point of the gospel, thankfully. And so I'm just going to read some passages and then maybe talk about it a little bit. But Matthew 25, verse 35, Jesus is describing the righteous here. And he says, "For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came to me." Then the righteous will answer him, saying, "Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you drink? And when did we see you a stranger and welcome you, or naked and clothe you? And when did we see you sick or in prison and visit you?" And the king will answer them, "Truly I say to you, as you did it to one of the least of these my brothers, you did it to me." And let's see. Matthew 5, verse 46 says, "For if you love those who love you, what reward do you have? Do not even the tax collectors do the same? And if you greet only your brothers, what more are you doing than others? Do not even the Gentiles do the same?" And so I think these two passages are really targeting the idea that, loving is an intentional choice that we should have for everyone. It's one thing to, love the people who love us back, and, if I love, my best friend who, is nice to me and easy to love, technically, that's great, but it is so much more significant when we love the least of these, and when it takes effort and we make that conscious decision to serve others, even when we don't get anything in reward. 1 Corinthians describes love as patient. It says love is kind, love doesn't envy, love doesn't boast, love is not arrogant, love is not rude, love does not insist on its own way, love is not irritable, love is not resentful, love does not rejoice in wrongdoing, love rejoices with the truth, love bears all things, love believes all things, love hopes all things, love endures all things. And I look at each of these characteristics and notice that it takes a sacrifice of my natural feelings. It takes a sacrifice in my flesh to do these things, because I do not feel these things with my emotions often, but it's a daily choice to renew our mind in Christ and intentionally serve others. And then the greatest image of love, of course, is Jesus Christ, as he gave his life on the cross for us. 1 John 3:16 says, "By this we know love, that he laid down his life for us, and we ought to lay down our lives for our brothers." And so I hope this is just an encouragement to remember that love is a sacrifice of our flesh. We see it with Jesus, the greatest image of him giving his whole life for us, and Jesus is love. And so an encouragement to every day, how can we serve others and renew our minds on Christ and sacrifice what is pleasing to us to serve others? That is our greatest command. And so that's a little look into what it looks like to love others. But yeah, hope you guys have a good week.